A very good evening to one and all present here. I am Shivani Mathur. I am Shivani Mathur from Baroda Management Association, and our today's topic for FET is solving the generation gap in managing family finance. And our today's speaker is Miss Priyanka Acharya, and she is a financial educator, author, and broadcaster with diverse experience of 14 years. She addressed 36,000 plus audience, published and presented 17 management research papers, currently focused on building a curriculum based education in health insurance industry.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the session. I belong to Mumbai and I'm on a short work trip to Gujarat. And then, what better than VMA to address people? So, I hope English, Hindi, Gujarati, everything, a mix of everything is fine with you, right? I was right. Um, So when I ask somebody, when I ask a woman, chalo aise, let's start this way. If I ask a woman I know you have acquaintances of women and I know you have women in your family, I suppose. So if I talk to a woman and I ask her that what is it that do you do, or can you introduce yourself? So how does a woman introduce herself as per you? So I think we'll be talking, because I don't want to have a kind of monologue here. How does a woman introduce herself? Okay, she says, I'm a housewife. All right. What else? Okay. There are no marks and no question papers and no quizzes, so don't worry. Okay, she might talk about her interest. Caretaker. Okay. So now we have all modern words. Yes, you were saying something. Okay. So now we have all modern words, and I think we have a lady here. So how do you introduce yourself? What do you say? What do you do? Okay. So what we do is we always introduce ourselves, whether it is a woman or a man. We would introduce ourselves as either our profession, either we are dependent. I will say I'm a mother, I'm a housewife, I'm a homemaker, I'm a student, I'm a businesswoman, I'm this, I'm a professional. I love to introduce myself as मैं दो घरों की लक्ष्मी हूँ. So that is my identity. That is a nature's given identity to me. But unfortunately, I have lost that identity, or I don't speak about it, or I feel very awkward to talk about it because nobody talks to me about finances in the house. And with so many men here, why did I start telling you this? Not because this is a very women oriented session or I'm not a part of any Nari Shakti Andolan. ना तो मैं बगावत करना चाहती हूँ, मैं नजाकत से फाइनेंस सिखाती हूँ. Why I said this was because the woman is the center point of a family, and the highest generation gaps that happen in a family are solved by the woman of the family. And there are so many, gaps here in the family because there is no conversation, no communication about finance in the family. How can we talk finance in the family? Now I want to ask you, before saying anything, have you all made mistakes with your money? Okay. Yes or no? Okay. Have you made blunders with your money? अरे पैसा डूबी गया, આજે તો સર્કિટ લાગી ગયું. You must have done this, right? um, do you eventually discuss in your house that you might say that અરે યાર આજે છે ને મને એક કપ ચા પીવરાવો, વચ્ચે બોલતી નહીં. મારું માર્કેટ આજે ગડબડ છે, મારી આજે સમથિંગ ઇન્સ્યોરન્સ સ્કીમ, મારી આજે આ એસઆઈપી, મારી આ તે વોટ એવર ઇટ મે બી. બટ કાં તો વી આર સ્ટક વિથ પ્રોસિજર્સ કે અરે યાર હું આ લાઈનમાં 4 ધક્કા ખાયો, મારું આ કામ નથી થતું, હું અહીંયા જઈ આવ્યો, મારું આ પેપર વર્ક ક્લિયર નથી થતું. We might put all the frustrations in the house, but do we really share that this was a mistake which we made, or not a mistake? This I might have done in this way, but I missed it out. So, do we talk this in the family? Is what I want to know here. Wow. What is your background? Okay. Okay. Very, very pleased to meet you. Excellent. Amazing. Proud to say that. Right? Yes. So do you talk in the house that aaj marathi mistake થઈ ગઈ? Yes or no? Partially. Okay. Okay. Do we hide mistakes? We do, right? Sorry? Maximum times. નહીં, ઘરે કેવું નથી. Okay. Yes. But when it comes to our children, do we audit their mistakes? Is my question. Or do we try to see કે આજે આ કંઈક બરાબર મૂડમાં નથી લાગતો. Some ગડબડ has happened. કંઈક ઝઘડીને આવ્યું છે, કંઈ એક્ઝામમાં પેપર નથી સારું ગયું. Have you, are you going through something wrong? Have you done something wrong? Do we have this curiosity to know what mistakes our children have done? Yes or no? I'm sure those who are listening will also might, write on YouTube or somewhere, whatever their answer is. So what we are doing is, we are very curious to know what mistakes others did. Not only children, we are very curious to know what mistakes other people did, especially with the money. Because that is how we have been learning finance all these years. અરે ના હા, પેલા મને કહેતા હતા, એમનું જો બંગલો હતો, બધું ધોવાઈ ગયું. That is how we become biased towards instruments also. Or we see somebody and say, પેલા છે ને પેલી પોળમાં રહેતા હતા, પછી એમણે બંગલો બાંધી દીધો, એટલે એમને જ ફોલો કરવાનું. Whatever he was doing, we'll do that only. And we always do this because not just money, પણ આપણા ઘરમાં લાઇટ પણ ગઈ હોય, તો what is the first thing that you do when electricity gets off? Wonderful. We will first ડોકું કાઢીને આપણે જોશું બાજુવાળાની લાઇટ છે, અરે બાજુવાળાની બી નથી. પછી we'll still maybe validate, અહીંયા 4-5 ઘર, આપણે આખા લાઈનની ગઈ છે, કંઈક ફોલ્ટ હશે. And we are very assured that okay, there is no problem. But બાજુવાળાના ઘરમાં જો ટ્યુબલાઇટ દેખાણી, then there is a problem. Then we are like, call up, અરે જલ્દી કંઈક ફોલ્ટ હશે, આપણે ત્યાં શું થયું હશે, શોર્ટ સર્કિટ થયું હશે, આ થયું હશે. We want to know, we want to explore our mistakes, we want to solve our mistakes when it is only done by us. I hope I'm making sense to you. And this is what we do with money also. But unfortunately, we don't go public about our mistakes. We don't go public about our gains. કારણ કે gains કહે તો નજર લાગી જાય. And we don't go public about anything about money somehow. How many of you have the next or past generation in your family? So either the next generation or your past generation. How many of you have somebody with another generation in your family? Sorry? Separate, not in the house, but in the family, I'm saying. Family, yes, right. You have somebody. Sir, you would have somebody in the family. Who is in your family? Okay. You would have somebody in the family. Okay. So we all have somebody, and you keep on meeting generations of people. What is your judgment when you see a senior citizen who is a super senior citizen? What is the judgment that comes to your mind first? Let's be honest. Okay, they are rigid sometimes. Fine. Correct. Anything anybody would like to add? How many of you have seen the next generation apart, surrounding you, and you have some judgments about them? So, what is your judgment about the next generation people that you meet? Okay. What is it that you more demands, more spending? Okay. What is it that you've seen? Enjoying life. Zindagi na milegi dobara mode. Okay. So we have these labels, right? Past generation, we say we are a little bit rigid. Acceptance nathi. Next generation, we say they're so much into life and spending and enjoyment that they don't care about the money. And in these labels, somewhere we have stopped talking about money in our families. Perhaps the family is the last that we go to speak about money. I hope you have seen this, or you agree to this, or you have done this, or experienced this. Absolutely. Okay. But what we have done is we feel that પૈસાની વાત કેવી રીતે કરાય એન્ડ એ તો ન કરાય મતલબ કદાચ છોકરું એન્જિનિયરિંગ ભણતું હશે બાયોટેક ભણતું હશે બોટની ભણતું હશે that also we will talk to them. શું એ ઓલું એટલે ગાર્ડનમાં એટલે કઈ રીતનું કયા પ્લાન્ટ ને કઈ રીતનું ભણાવે તારી કોલેજમાં શું ભણાવે we'll ask this openly. But when it comes to money, એ અમે તો એનામાં માથું મારીએ જ નહીં. That is what we say, right? Or we say that we don't talk about our money because we have done something for them, we have educated them, we are paying for them. Why should we tell them what we have done with our money? And in this whole generation gap, there is no financial communication in the house, no financial conversation. What could be the implications of this? What do you feel? All right. What could be the implications? What could happen? क्या हो सकता है अगर ये नहीं बात हुआ तो? सुसाइड केसेस होते हैं. It's actually a serious burning issue. So many problems are going on because of this generation gap that we talk about. Now what happens is, let's look at some cases. Okay, now let me tell you some cases and stories and incidents. So there is a family in Mumbai who are like, they are senior citizens and their children are abroad. And this is a very common case today. You keep on seeing this. ભણવા ગયો તો સેટલ થઈ ગયો, ભણવા ગઈ હતી સેટલ થઈ ગઈ. That's very common and there is nothing wrong in it. These two people are dependent on each other. When COVID happened, that time they realized, pehla they used to feel that we are self-sufficient. हम तो वॉक पे जाते हैं सुबह, हम तो अच्छा खासा रहते हैं, everything is fine, we have our own lifestyle. As you said, we are living this lifestyle since years, we are very happy about this, everything is fine. As soon as COVID came, they started the dependency कि अब तो यार ग्रोसरी भी ऑनलाइन मंगवाना पड़ेगा बिकॉज किराना स्टोर पे जाने का ऑप्शन नहीं है. अब मैं ऑनलाइन कैसे करूं क्योंकि मुझे ये ऐप मेरे को जमता नहीं है. So these two people had a challenge. Then who was it that they went to? Because बच्चे तो US UK में हैं तो उनको तो बार बार पूछ नहीं सकते, पूछते होंगे पता नहीं, I don't know. But then they started coming to neighbors like us. When we started helping, somehow as a senior citizen you feel so extra dependent कि मुझे अपने फ्लैट से बाहर निकल के हेल्प मांगना पड़ रहा है यार, मेरे खुद के बच्चे हैं, मुझे पता है, आई एम एजुकेटेड, I was this, I was that, I'm retired from here. I have to ask for a small app कि मैं grocery कैसे order करूं. How dependent it is. And they were, always saying sorry, sorry आपको disturb किया, sorry 2 minute आऊं. And it was such a plight. Okay. And then there was a story of two people who are like, my age or younger than me. They are staying alone saying that, हमको कोई dependency नहीं चाहिए. We are with our own. We have no kids, we have nothing, we have no liabilities, we have no home loans, we have nothing, and we are fine with each other. We do weekend vacations, we are both doing very well, we have our careers, we are busy, and we are fine. With both of these people, they were in a single generation decision making. Do you agree? One generation in that house, one generation in this house. As soon as something happened, they are stuck. सो हियर ग्रोसरी मंगवाने में स्टक थे क्योंकि टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं पता है. वहां पे वो स्टक थे क्योंकि द हस्बैंड हैड टू मूव टू अ डिफरेंट कंट्री ऑल टुगेदर एंड द वाइफ वाज लाइक कि मैं किससे बात करूं. शी वाज मेंटली सो इरिटेटेड. हाउ डू आई टेक द डिसीजन बिकॉज इट इज ओनली वी बोथ. एंड समवेयर दिस जनरेशनल इश्यू स्टार्टेड. In finance, if I come to the core of what I'm here to say today, the biggest disconnect happens between generations because we don't want to tell our parents. Just like we audit our child's mistakes, our parents are also auditing our mistakes since years. We don't want to tell our parents, મેં આ કર્યું તું, FD કરી હતી પણ બેંક બંધ થઈ ગઈ, બેંક ઉઠી ગઈ. We don't want to tell them, મેં આ મ્યુચ્યુઅલ ફંડ કર્યું તું પણ લોસમાં જાય છે. મેં આ શેર લીધું પણ હવે આ સમથિંગ ચોરાઈ ગયું. ઓકે. મેં આ ઇન્વેસ્ટમેન્ટ રિયલ એસ્ટેટમાં કર્યું હતું કે ભાવ વધશે આ એરિયાના પણ ભાવ તો ગગડી રહ્યા છે. મેં કન્સ્ટ્રક્શનમાં બુક કર્યું હતું હાઈ લિવરેજ લઈને EMI ભરતા ભરતા પણ આ તો પ્રોજેક્ટ અટકી ગયો કોવિડ આવ્યો એમાં. All these are financial mistakes which we make. And we don't want to tell our parents about it. In the mask, कि parents को बताएंगे तो चिंता करेंगे. चिंता करेंगे नहीं. We don't want to tell them. We don't have the courage to tell them कि यार मैं आपका ही सुपुत्र हूँ, मैं आपकी बेटी हूँ, मेरे से मिस्टेक हो गया. क्योंकि पैसों का mistake is like a big failure that we have in our mind. So we don't want to go to our parents and say mistake हो गया. And same ways we don't want to tell our children क्योंकि for them we are role models, we are heroes and heroines, we are the stars and we are the Mr. and Miss Perfectionists. तो हम अपने आप को आइडलाइज इतना कर देते हैं उनके दिमाग में बचपन से. माँ बाप ने भूलशो नहीं. We give them all this which is absolutely true. Okay, but respect comes when there is transparency and openness. And when the child knows, okay, you tried this without having knowledge, you just tried it out. So they will at least know that they are not supposed to try, they are supposed to understand. If you have told them that I tried and then I cried, at least they will not cry. But we go to a restaurant, if we don't like a pizza or don't like a dish, not only children, we tell the whole 10, 15 people, 20 people. In fact, now thanks to Twitter, we tweet also. Pathetic service. Thanks to Google review, we write also. Absolutely unhygienic, this happened, long stories we write. ઘરે આવતાની સાથે we go and say, પહેલી હોટેલમાં પગ ન મૂકતો. And with pride we say, મારા તો 1000 રૂપિયા પડી ગયા, ત્યાં પૈસા પડી ગયા. That is also a financial mistake we flaunt about. But when it comes to investment, insurance, saving, ये तो बात ज ना कराय. So our mistakes are not getting communicated. Chalo, let's stop talking about so many mistakes now. Let's come to something else. If there is an emergency in the family, Okay, all of us have our own jugards and planning and conversations to some extent. If there is an emergency, how many of us know that we have told our family કે ભાઈ મને કદાચ કઈ છાતી બાતી દુખે કે મને કદાચ કંઈક થાય તો please these are the three hospitals, please take me here. How many of us have told our family કે these are the three hospitals, please મને અહીંયા એડમિટ કરજો, મને કઈ થવાનું નથી, હું તો 102 નોટ આઉટ છું, પણ મને કઈ થાય તો મને આ હોસ્પિટલ લઈ જાજો, આ ત્રણ માંથી કોઈ એક ચૂઝ કરજો. Have we told our family this? Yes or no? Sorry? Very good. COVID taught us so many things. But three hospitals only. And only these three hospitals, અહીંયા જ લઈ જવાનું, આ ડોક્ટરને મળવાનું, અહીંયા પૂછવાનું, something like that. Have you done that? Have we given them phone numbers? કે ભાઈ આને કોન્ટેક્ટ કરજે ભાઈ કાંઈ થાય તો. COVID taught us these things. There are so many families who have still not done it. So I want to do a small activity with you. Maybe you have done this, but perhaps this is a different way of doing it. Or if you have done this, just add it on to it. So there's a small sticker coming your way. It's a sticker, okay? So just fill it up. You'll know I have put it there. Yes. So what you need to do now is, whatever sticker has come to you, go through it and try to fill it up. Try to fill the first name that comes to your mind. Phone numbers, I understand we don't remember them, so you may use your phones and just quickly, find out the numbers, write it down. And if you are not able to write some of them, that I don't know, you may leave it blank. It's all right. Jagya tyarthi sawar. So you may leave it blank and then just make sure that you complete it today, at least tonight. So we'll halt for around 2 minutes and you may just fill it up very quickly. So you need not give this to me back on the sticker, please. It is for you. And perhaps those who are watching us on Zoom or those who are watching us live may pick up a pen and paper and write names of your best friend, your most accessible neighbor. Okay, we'll show you the sticker. Okay, we'll share the sticker. Can you help me out with one sticker? So this is an emergency sticker. I'll put it a little ahead. Yes. So you may fill this up in 2 minutes, whoever is on this, or you can't fill up, you're traveling somewhere, then please take a screenshot and do it. Sure. Okay, this will be shared to you on YouTube. You may go through this and fill it up as well.
Passbook and keep it in the one file and in the one corner and just say to my wife that anything is happened. First time I realized that these are the documents.
Yes.
So thanks for this sticker. Definitely very important thing.
So what you have to do is with this sticker is not to put it in some file and keep it away. This, as the instruction is given on the sticker is specially made to put behind the entrance door of your house. Not on the front door where people bell, because नहीं तो उनको आपके emergency numbers नहीं दिखाने welcome करने के लिए. But put it on the back side of your entrance door. The reason is subconsciously every day we are opening and closing that door. Even if there is a 5-year-old child in the house, or an 85, 90-year-old citizen in the house, or any of us, or whichever age we are of, we will keep on seeing that every day, so that when the fire breaks out, I don't have to go and learn fire extinguisher કઈ રીતે ખોલવાનું ને કઈ રીતે ચલાવવાનું. When the emergency breaks out, I know that these are the fighting people, maybe ambulance and all are common, which we will contact. Maybe if the 5-year-old child is alone and parents are in emergency, he or she might also know કે મારા ઘરમાં એક sticker લાગેલું છે. I have to go there, call this person, he or she will help me out. And this small little thing is the start of bridging that generation gap and starting a financial communication in the house. And that's why I've not just put fire brigade or ambulance or standard things. I've also tried to put who is your financial advisor. And specifically I put Mediclaim because this happens during emergencies. So if a Mediclaim advisor is not known to the family, which most of the families have this problem, office માં આવ્યા હતા, મેં policy કરાવી છે. અમારે તો કંપનીનું જ Mediclaim છે. Does the spouse, does the child, does your parent know that office નું Mediclaim વાપરવાનું આવે? So who is the HR or payroll person to contact? Because in a Mediclaim, I have to give the claim intimation within 24 hours of hospitalization. I need to take the approval from the hospital. Let me tell you a case in Mumbai, because we are talking so much of COVID. There's a family where the mother, who is a super senior citizen, 70 plus, was detected of COVID. And she was in such state that she had to be hospitalized immediately. What do? Is we call our family doctor straight away. The family doctor will give you a correct, absolute opinion on hospitalization, which is totally with due respect. But obviously, the family doctor does not know where your Mediclaim is. We never talk to our doctors also, by the way, about this. And what happens is the family doctor will suggest you based on the doctor who can treat her best, which is absolutely correct. These 3 daughters took their mother to the hospital because father is a super senior citizen. So these 3 daughters took her to some hospital. They went there in a hurry, in panic. They admitted her. And then they said, we have a Mediclaim policy. Because they were thinking in the auto, this is the first thing that comes to our mind in panic also. Paisa ક્યાંથી નીકળશે? પેલો deposit માંગશે ક્યાંથી આપશું? That is why Mediclaim company started cashless facilities for us. But what these people did was they went to the hospital in panic. In the auto they thought, but they thought, આપણી પાસે તો Mediclaim છે ને. They went inside the hospital, admitted her in a hurry. She was already admitted. Then they said, અમારું Mediclaim છે, શું procedure છે? And the hospital said, we are not a network hospital with this company. This will not give you cashless facility. So sorry. You will have to pay the bill now. Take the reimbursement from the Mediclaim company. That is why I asked you, have you told them 3 hospitals? Because find out where there is cashless of your Mediclaim company and please tell your family. And this family was like, cashless nathi, reimbursement karvanu che. We will have to start thinking which FDs to now redeem to pay this bill. And then there was a second jhatka. Because the Mediclaim agent is called only for renewal checks or renewal payment links. And we don't talk to our advisors because we feel આ તો મને કંઈક ચોટાડવા આવશે, આ તો મને કંઈક વેચવા આવશે. And in that whole rut, they had called up. I know this case because they called up. અરે તમે પેલા Mediclaim agent ની બહુ ટ્રેનિંગ કરો છો ને, તો આ Mediclaim માં અમને એવું ખબર પડી છે કે cashless નથી. Is this true? Then they said COVID no case che. So the first question came was, do they have a COVID policy? Because COVID policy is different from a Mediclaim policy. Okay, and this came out when IRDA launched this when COVID came, because nobody knew COVID શું હોય. And why this policy had come was because our equipments and we have some deductions in our mediclaims. કે જે equipments વાપરી હોય, they are not paid. Our gloves are never paid, diapers used are never paid. Okay, this we know, but they are minuscule charges, so we ignore. એટલું તો કપાઈને જ આવે. But PPE kits were costly. So that is why IRDA introduced a mediclaim policy for COVID protection only, which was like hardly 2,500 premium, and that's how the policy was launched. But when renewals were happening, I asked them that, do you have a COVID policy? So she said, અમારું હમણાં જ જાન્યુઆરીમાં રિન્યુઅલ થયું છે અને એમણે કીધું છે કે કોવિડ પણ કવર થાય છે. And I knew that what she is saying, but I didn't want to stress her more. So I said, let the lady come back from the hospital, then I will have to also blast that bomb on her. And she said, COVID cover થાય છે. COVID cover થાય છે, regular mediclaim policy, get admitted, hospitalization ખર્ચો મળી જશે. But what about this extra kharcho of COVID, which comes only from the COVID policy? And then I asked them and they said, અમને કંઈક WhatsApp પર broadcast બહુ આવતા હોય છે, but અમે કોઈ દિવસ ધ્યાન આપ્યું નહીં, which all of us do. અમને રિન્યુઅલ માટે આવે ને ચેક લઈ જાય અંકલ ને અમે આપી દઈએ, અમારી પોલિસી સેમ છે વર્ષોથી. But diseases are not same. Lifestyle is not same. Hospital quality is not same. They have become malls. And this is the absence of communication within the family first. Leave aside the advisor communication. None of them knew what is going on in the policy. None of them knew what happened. And this is not just insurance. This happens with everything. And in this emergency sticker, why this mediclaim is separated out is because this is emergency purpose. So many of us don't know who is the mediclaim agent and we assume મારા ફોનમાં બધા નંબર છે, બસ મારા ફોનમાં એક સરસ સ્ક્રીન લોક છે જેની પેટર્ન મારા ઘરમાં કોઈને ખબર નથી. How will a family open your phone and see at that time? They don't know how to hack it also. અને શીખવા બી નહીં જાય ત્યારે પેનિકમાં. If this sticker is there, they know they have to call this person and ask, अरे यार claim ओलू pre-authorization है ना, difficult things we have to do, please help. And then the person will help. Same way, our financial advisor, he or she is also a part of our emergency sticker. And this is not only for emergency, I have written our real superstars. And really, if you want to bridge the generation gaps, whoever, whether it is shares, it is mutual fund, it is property, it is gold, it is loans, it is any form of financial instrument that you have, please try and have a regular conversation with these people. And for generation gap purpose, involve your family in this conversation. આપણે ક્યારેક આપણા ઇન્સ્યોરન્સ એજન્ટને ચા પીવા કેમ બોલાવતા નથી? આપણે ક્યારેક આપણા મ્યુચ્યુઅલ ફંડ એડવાઇઝરને એમને આજે તમે નાસ્તો કરવા આવો. Why don't we invite them? આજે મારા છોકરાનો બર્થડે છે, અમે બહાર જમવા જવાના છે, કઈ પાર્ટી નથી રાખી, અમે જસ્ટ 4 જણા બહાર જમવા જવાના છે. તમે પણ આવો ને તમારા ફેમિલીને લઈને, મજા આવશે, આપણે કંઈક વાતો કરશું. Why should I do that? એને કમિશન મળે છે ને મારી પોલિસીમાંથી. Why should I do that? એને બ્રોકરેજ મળે છે ને. But an agent, an advisor, a financial planner has to be a part of your family first. But internally, if the family has generation gap, we will never accept them because we will say, ઓલા પહેલા આપણા એડવાઇઝર અંકલ આવ્યા છે, આપણું આ બધું શેર ને મ્યુચ્યુઅલ ફંડ ને પ્રોપર્ટી ને ઇન્સ્યોરન્સ બધું એ જ સાચવે છે. And the child will say, hello uncle, and go inside. But when they will need some fund, not only in case of death and mediclaim, why are we getting into those extreme modes? Suppose you are on a world tour with your spouse and the child needs money and you have invested in his or her name, never shown them receipts or policies or documents, and they need money, perhaps that time, that is the best thing they can do is talk to them and redeem that money as use that money. That could be a case. but they will not be able to even call up the advisor because they will shiver. અંકલ આરે વાત કઈ રીતે કરવાની, આ આંટીને કઈ રીતે પૂછવાનું કે પેલું આ કઈક ડોક્યુમેન્ટ કાંઈક 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 છે. that is how kids talk. કાંઈક પપ્પા મૂકી ગયા છે, કાંઈક મમ્મીએ કર્યું છે, કાંઈક કહી રહ્યા હતા, can you help? And the advisor is also thinking કાંઈક એટલે બેટા મને સમજાવ ને યાર. But there is no communication. Instead, if that person becomes a part of our family, which is only possible if our financial communication starts, like you said, everybody is in their room, they are on Instagram, they are on WhatsApp. મારે જમવા માટે દીકરાને બોલાવે ને તો એ WhatsApp કરવું પડે કે dinner is ready, બહાર આવો. That is also a case I hear about. But if that is the case, then financial communication is impossible. Then we are doing a completely wrong session. But if that communication starts, and as you said, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, aaj kya kiya, aaj kya hua. In our times, we talk to any child, okay? If you talk to me about my parents' mistakes, તારા પપ્પા તો છે ને પેલા નાના હતા ને તો એકવાર આવી રીતે છે ને અહીંયા પડી ગયા હતા, સાયકલ ચલાવતા ચલાવતા ગબડી ગયા હતા. How entertaining it is for me. અચ્છા પપ્પા પડી ગયા હતા સાયકલ પરથી. Any daughter would be fascinated to know that story. What happened then? Okay, we are also fascinated, I hope, about our parents' stories. Okay, and we want to know their mistakes. But when we sit with our children, અમારા જમાનામાં છે ને અમે આ કરતા, અમારા જમાનામાં અરે હું એ ટાઈમનો રાજેશ ખન્ના હતો. They are not interested in knowing that. They are interested in knowing your mistakes so that they connect better with you. Okay, because that is vulnerability that is, getting exchanged. અરે મારા પપ્પાથી પણ ભૂલ થઈ હતી, મતલબ મારાથી પણ થઈ શકે. Don't become an idol in front of your children કે મેં તો ક્યારે, મારાથી તો કોઈ ભૂલ થાય જ નહીં. Because especially daughters have this habit. They say મારા પપ્પા જ બધું સાચવે છે ફાઇનાન્સમાં. Because she idolizes, મારા પપ્પાથી તો મિસ્ટેક થાય જ નહીં. So I'd met a girl and we were going out somewhere. She was shopping. So when her cash was over and paisa pati gaya tha, so she said, पैसे खत्म हो गए, मैं डैडी को ना स्कैनर भेज देती हूँ गूगल पे का. So I had a question. मतलब you don't use गूगल पे, आपका जनरेशन में तो पहले होता ना, डैडी से ज्यादा आप लोग यूज करते हो अभी तो ऐप एंड ऑल. नहीं, वो मुझे डर लगता है. So my next question was कि अच्छा डर लगता है तो डैडी को कैसे स्कैनर भेज रहे हो? फिर तो डैडी से भी मिस्टेक हो सकता है ना, पैसा चला जाएगा, गलत लिंक है वो. नहीं, डैडी को सब आता है, डैडी से मिस्टेक नहीं हो सकता है. This is also a big generation gap where there is no problem between the two, there is a conversation between the two, but she has all wrong notions about the father. મારા પપ્પાના તો પૈસા ક્યારે ડૂબે જ નહીં, મારા મમ્મીથી તો ખાવાનું ક્યારે બગડે જ નહીં, મારા મમ્મી જે બનાવે પરફેક્ટ, કોથમીર પરફેક્ટ જગ્યા પર જ નાખે, ચમચી વગર મીઠું નાખે તો એ પરફેક્ટ જાય, ભૂલ થાય જ નહીં. Don't idolize in front of your children because that also kills the communication. એ યાર એના ટાઈમની બધી વાતો કર્યા કરે, મને નથી ગમતું. Okay, they were perfect at their time. I have got born in a different generation. I have my own challenges and they don't talk about it. This is what I hear from children. From senior citizens, when I talk to them, their thought is, અરે યાર મતલબ આ લોકો બધા એટલા બધા વ્યસ્ત થઈ ગયા છે, અમારી પાસે તો સમય હતો, અમે તો મામાના ઘરે 2 મહિના જતા, પેલા સિંદરી વાળા ખાટલામાં વેકેશન મનાવતા. આ લોકોને તો 2-2 દિવસનો ટાઈમ નથી હોતો. આ લોકો તો સરખી રીતે ખાતા પણ નથી. Leave aside on dinner table we talk. એ તો આવીને મારે ફોન ઉપર હોય, ઝૂમ ચાલતું હોય, લોકડાઉન ને તો ઘાણ કાઢ્યો છે. That is what senior citizens said. ઘરમાં જ છે મારું છોકરું પણ મારી યાર વાત કરવાનો એને ટાઈમ નથી. And then we become philosophical over it. Let's become a little logical over it. What about starting to talk money? अच्छा, તમારા વખતમાં કેવું હતું? મ્યુચ્યુઅલ ફંડ કેવી રીતે ચાલતા? Just trigger a question and see how their face gets lit up and they start talking. અચ્છા કોવિડ આવ્યું તો આ તો નવું છે અમારા માટે, પણ તમારા ટાઈમે કંઈક આવ્યું હશે ને. દેર વોઝ અ પ્લેગ ઇન મુંબઈ. That generation will start talking, અરે અમારે આવું હતું. There was a world war which that generation had seen, કે અમે તો કાળા ઓલા કપડા અને પેપર ને લગાડતા એટલે પેલું પ્લેન પસાર થાય ને એને એવું દેખાય નહીં કે અહીંયા ગામડું છે એટલે હમલો ન કરે. These are the stories which only they can tell us. Na? We don't know these stories. We only know Taj attack, which was on media all over. If we start talking like this, what happens is there is a conversation. Every conversation leads to questions and curiosity. But as soon as we are out of school, we lose that curiosity. મને બધું આવડે. Especially MBAs like us. The full form is મને બધું આવડે. And then we don't ask questions. એમાં પૂછવાનું શું મને ખબર છે. મારા ફ્રેન્ડે મને કીધું છે અહીંયા કરવાનું. એ હું મમ્મી પાસે જાઉં ને એટલે તો કિટકિટ જ કર્યા કરે કે આ ન કરાય, આવું થઈ જશે, પડી જઈશ, વાગી જશે, નુકસાન થઈ જશે, પૈસા ડૂબી જશે, પૈસા કઈ મફત આવે છે. હું ડેડી પાસે જાઉં તો ડેડી કહેશે અરે યાર છોડ ને, તું તારા અસાઇનમેન્ટ ને બધું કર ને, હું કરું છું ને આટલા વર્ષથી મેનેજ, છોડ ને. But rather than all these loose talks, can we have something like this? And to make it happen, હું અહીંયા કહી દઈશ, you might get motivated, you might feel, we will start the conversation. And I know that as soon as you start, it's a mindset, as you said, it's difficult to start. And you might feel, मैं BA में जाके आया, मैंने सुना है, मैं करूंगा, I can do it, but you are not able to start the first conversation. If you want to start, that's why you have a sticker in hand. And you paste that sticker and the conversation begins. That's it. And then don't just start the conversation, lead the conversation. So how do we lead that conversation? So for that, think what are the 2 to 3 things, not things. What are the 2 to 3 mistakes that I have made in my life in finance, which I want to tell my children and my parents, whoever it is. મારાથી આ મિસ્ટેક થઈ ગઈ. And then it starts. And then to keep it regular, because આ તો 2 દિવસમાં તાવ મટી જશે પાછો. પછી શું કરવાનું? આ તો કોવિડ જેવો ક્વોરન્ટાઇન પતી જશે 14 દિવસમાં. પછી શું? So the way out is every month, if we decide one Sunday. So Friday FET is decided, right? There is no TET, Thursday evening talk. It is Friday evening talk. So if you want to come, we know Friday it's Thursday. So if I say, Nimil bhai, I'm coming from Mumbai, please Monday evening talk. Then it will be some other segment. He will say, FET ma to nahi tha, sorry. So it is decided, scheduled, and that's why it is consistent, right? If we decide one Sunday in a month, which is a financial Sunday, don't spend the entire Sunday on it. It's not required. But then we say, શું વાત કરશું? કઈ રીતે વાત કરું? શું કરશું? So there is a very simple technique to it. Number 1, whoever is the senior most generation in the family, okay? Now if there is only one generation in the family, still this can be done, mutually understanding. But chalo, હું એક example લઉં છું કે there are 3 generations in the family, and then you can decide how you will fit this in your families. So the senior most generation is given all the documents. They know how to find out mistakes. Yeah, તો આપણું જૂનું એડ્રેસ લખ્યું છે. That is where it starts. અરે આ તો પાકી ગયું છે, પૈસા નથી લીધા આના, રિન્યુ નથી કર્યું. અરે આમાં તો નામ ખોટું છે, આપણે તો નામ બદલાઈ ગયું, દીકરીના લગ્ન થઈ ગયા તો એનું સરનેમ બદલાઈ ગઈ, બધે બદલીને કેમ નથી બદલી? અરે આપણે તો આ માઇનર નું લીધું તું, હવે તો યાર આ બેંક અકાઉન્ટમાં આ તો મેજર થઈ ગઈ, આપણે ચેન્જ નથી કરાવ્યું. And they will start doing this, which will naturally happen. The youngest generation in your house is your Google generation. You say they are on WhatsApp, they are on Instagram, they are this. Utilize it, capitalize it. Tell them, ચલ આજે ફાઇનાન્શિયલ સન્ડે છે, પેલા ડોક્યુમેન્ટ ચેક કરે છે ને, તું ગૂગલ ચેક કર ને, મને જરા હેલ્પ જોઈએ છે, પ્લીઝ આસ્ક હેલ્પ. ઓકે, મોટા છીએ તો મોટાઈ રાખીએ, આસ્ક ફોર હેલ્પ. ઝૂમ નતો આવડતું તો હેલ્પ લીધી ને આપણે બધા. એ આમાં અનમ્યુટ નથી થતું યાર, કંઈક કરી દે ને દીકરા, ખબર નહીં મારું આ કંઈક ઝૂમમાં કંઈક સેશન છે. બસ સેમ વે આસ્ક ધેમ, ઓકે એક કામ કર ને જરા પ્લીઝ, મને છે ને પેલું આને કોઈ આ સ્કીમ નું કીધું છે, જરા ગૂગલ કરીને ફાઇન્ડ આઉટ કર ને કે એમાં શું છે. Then we will say our kids find it very complicated. So let me give you another simple way of it. What we do is, suppose if you want to search about any financial instrument, what do you type on Google? What do you type? You want to invest somewhere, or you want to insure somewhere, or save somewhere. What is it that you type on Google? Or we ask people, that's why you don't Google. Options. Okay. What else do we ask? What are the options I have? What else do we ask people or advisors or Google or whoever we are asking? मुझको कितना मिलेगा वो बता. कितना ब्याज छूटेगा वो बता. अच्छा 20 વર્ષ જો હું આ રોકું તો મારા વાઇફ ને કેટલા પૈસા મળશે? And we ask investment options, we ask return. ભાઈ પૈસા ડૂબી નહીં જાય ને, રિસ્ક કેટલું છે? All this we ask, right? And your children also do this. Which is the best Android mobile? Which is the best Android mobile phone to buy? Then they compare from sites. Then they see something. They have their own feature comparison and they decide. પપ્પા મને આ કંપનીનો આ મોબાઈલ જોઈએ છે, આટલાનો છે, ખતમ. Investments also we do this. Which is the best SIP scheme? Which is the best tax saving instrument in India? Is the favorite Google statement. Which is the best post office scheme? Which is the best digital gold scheme? Which is the best crypto? Which is the best share? Which is the best insurance policy? Which is the best mediclaim? Okay. So if I tell you so and so brand, I don't know name any brands as I said, so and so brand is the best brand of clothing you can ever get in India. Will you only wear that brand clothes and roam around? Yes or no? Okay. That is only when we become Amitabhs and we say that આ brand ની સિવાય હું પહેરતો જ નથી કપડા. We have our preferred brands, but that's not કે આપણા આખા કબાટમાં આ brand સિવાય તો કોઈ કપડા જ ન હોય. We want variants. Right? Now another question. You have a particular setup of your house. Your house has an architecture, right? અહીંયા કિચન, અહીંયા લિવિંગ રૂમ, અહીંયા બનાવ્યું છે. અમે છે ને અહીંયા એક ચોકડી બનાવી છે, અમે અહીંયા એક ગાર્ડન બનાવ્યું છે. That is how we describe our houses. Your neighbors may have the same layout or same area or plot size or flat size as you, right? Is the color, curtains, furniture, everything exactly identical like you? Never. In fact, હશે તો આપણે બદલી નાખશું. એ પેલાના ઘરમાં એવો જ પડતો છે. અરે હું આજે શર્ટ પહેરીને ગયો તો ને એ જ શર્ટ કોઈ પહેરીને આવ્યો તો બીજી વાર નહીં પહેરવું એ જગ્યાએ હું. We want different, right? So when my neighbor's architecture cannot match my own house architecture, how can my neighbor, friend, colleagues, financial architecture match my architecture? So he is not a પાનવાલા જેને પૂછાય અહીંયા કે એ કઈ રીતે જવાનું, એટલે કે છે ડાબી બાજુ વળો, પછી જમણી બાજુ વળો, પછી સેકન્ડ લેફ્ટ લ્યો. Okay. Even Google Map gives us options. અહીંયાથી 2 minutes slower, અહીંયાથી આ, અહીંયાથી આ. But what do is we ask people, કયું સારું શેર લેવાય, કયા કંપનીનું મેડિક્લેમ લેવાય, કેટલું પ્રીમિયમ આવે? Those are wrong questions to ask. Because best is not always good for you or me. My best may not be good for you. You might hate it, you might be allergic to it. Okay. For a child, a pizza brand would be the best. જમવા જવું છે, પપ્પા pizza. And you will say, શું તમે લોકો ડૂચા ખાઓ છો મેંદાના? That is generation gap. So the best for him or her is not the best for you in food. So the best for you in investment may not be the best for him or her. But there is something like a relevant investment, relevant insurance, relevant saving, which can only happen when there is a discussion in the family. So on that financial Sunday, can we ask this youngest generation, તું એક કામ કર, આપણે છે ને બ્રાન્ડ આપણે ડિસાઇડેડ છે, આ કંપનીમાં પૈસા રોકી શકાય, મને વિશ્વાસ છે, કાં તો બે ત્રણ બ્રાન્ડ મને એમ સારી લાગે છે. આઈ એમ નોટ સેઇંગ એક્સપ્લોર એવરીથિંગ. યુ હેવ યોર પ્રિફર્ડ બ્રાન્ડ, રાઈટ? ગો બાય ધેટ. આપણને આ બે ત્રણ છે કમ્પેરિઝન કરવી છે, જરા મને શોધીને કે ને કે કયું શું તને લાગે છે, કયું સારું નહીં, તારું શું ઓપિનિયન છે. Ask the next generation તારું શું ઓપિનિયન છે, and see how the conversation becomes beautiful. And ask the older generation તમારો શું અનુભવ છે, and see the conversation become beautiful. So they are checking documents, your children or your next generation is checking Google. Both are happy because both are doing what they love. You are the mentor, the facilitator, the mid person who is then saying કે અચ્છા શું કરવું જોઈએ હવે બોલો. So the older generation will say, જો આમાં પહેલા એડ્રેસ બદલાવો, આનો કાગળિયું ત્યાં જશે. That's your action plan. So you will sit with a paper and write an action plan. Your younger generation will give you some identical features to it. Don't say, don't decision નથી લેવાનો. Keep a note of those features and talk to your advisor. And tell them કે મેં આ જોયું, આ જોયું, આ જોયું, આમાંથી મને બે વસ્તુ નથી સમજાતી, જરા સમજાવો ને શું છે. Which we may not have done on our own, but our children found out these Latin and Greek terms. So talk to your advisor, find out and do it. Then last 2-3 things before we end the talk today. If, as I said, children are abroad sometimes, they are staying separate, they may be in the same city or they may be in the same house, that's all right. If there is a generation gap, start a financial advisor meeting every month. Please clear out with a financial advisor very practically, rationally. જો મને કઈ લેવું નથી, પણ હું તમારી પાસેથી જો પોલિસી, સ્કીમ, એસઆઈપી, શેર કંઈ પણ કરાવું, મને છે ને એક જ વસ્તુ જોઈએ છે કે નવી વસ્તુ હું તમને પોતે કહીશ, or I will give you 5 minutes to talk because it's their business. Okay, give them 5 minutes to talk. I'll give you 5 minutes, 10 minutes to talk about the new thing that you have, but please મને અડધો કલાકનો સમય આપશો જ્યાં અમે પૂરું ફેમિલી બેસશું. You just explain what we have done. Just tell them ને એકવાર મારું પણ રિવિઝન થઈ જશે. It is not only for younger or older generation, it is for your revision also. Because recall 5 years back, if you had bought some scheme, how many of us exactly precision wise remember it? Unless we have gone through it every 1 or 2 months, 3 months, how many of us really remember? આપણે માથું કંજવાળીએ ને એ કંઈક લીધી હતી, એક છે પ્રીમિયમ બધાને યાદ રહે છે, એસઆઈપી અમાઉન્ટ બધાને યાદ રહે છે, દર મહિને છે ને મારા આટલા કપાય છે, that everybody knows. હું 60 વર્ષનો થઈશ આટલા મળશે, that everybody remembers. કયું પ્લાન છે એ જોવું પડશે, કયું એસઆઈપી જોવું પડશે. But when we do this meeting, generation gap is resolved, financial advisor communication gap is resolved, and what is happening is our children are seeing what is happening in the house. Too good to be true sometimes, and we don't do this. I don't want to end the talk by giving you only the gyan, because I know કે આ બધું સાંભળવામાં તો બહુ સારું લાગે, પણ આજે તો શુક્રવાર છે, પછી હવે તો શ્રાવણ મહિનો છે ને હવે તો 30th 31st છે ને, 1st August થી હું આ કરીશ, 15 August થી હું આ કરીશ, નવરાત્રી થી હું આ કરીશ, દિવાળી થી હું આ કરીશ. It does not happen. And to make sure that you do it, one I said is the sticker which you can paste today itself on the back side of your entrance door. The second thing that you can do is you schedule this meeting And don't expect the other generations of the family to come from the day one. It may not happen. બટ ઘરમાં જ્યારે રેડિયો વાગતો હોય અને એમાં કિશોર કુમારના ગીતો વાગતા હોય ને, આપણા છોકરાઓ એને પિકઅપ કરતા જ હોય. ભલે એને આજે નહીં ગમતા, આજે અરિજીત સિંહ ગમતો હશે, પણ કોક દિવસ ક્યાંક બેઠા બેઠા જો કોઈ ગાશે ને, કઈ ગ્રુપ તેરા મસ્તાના ગાશે ને, તમારું છોકરું પ્યાર મેરા દીવાના ગાશે. મારી ગેરંટી છે, બીકોઝ એ જઈ રહ્યું છે સબકોન્શિયસમાં અંદર. હેવ ધ મીટિંગ, મેક શ્યોર કે ઝૂમ એવું લાઉડ છે કે પેલાને પેલીને બી સંભળાય છે, ઘરમાં બધાને સંભળાય છે. ડોન્ટ restrict your finances. How can I talk? And if you start doing that, then on dinner table or on WhatsApp or on Instagram, inform your family that I did this today. મેં એક આજે ફાઇનાન્શિયલ એડવાઇઝર મીટિંગ કરી. એમને જ આપણું રિવિઝન થાય ને એટલે બોલાયા હતા. then 10 મિનિટ હોય તો બેસને ખાલી. They will start engaging there. And tell your financial advisor, કોમ્પ્લિકેટેડ નથી સમજાવવું આપણે, મને છે ને સહેલું સમજાવવું છે એને કે શું કરવાનું, કેમ કરવાનું. સલાહ બી નથી આપવી, ખાલી મારે કેવું છે કે આપણે શું કર્યું છે. And specifically if your children are abroad or outside or there is a communication disconnect anyway, then so this has to be done every month. Zoom call, video call આપણે બધા જ કરીએ છીએ ને, તો start doing that with your family and you will see the love and romance within the family coming back. And the last thing, as I started, I said Lakshmi, I said female, woman. If you want really this discipline to come ne, તો સ્કૂલના નું છોકરું ક્યાં ભણે છે, કયું યુનિફોર્મ પહેરવાનું છે, શું ક્યારે એની એક્ટિવિટી છે, કયા ડાન્સમાં રહ્યું છે, બધું મમ્મીને ખબર હોય નોર્મલી. આપણે ફોટા જોઈને ખુશ છે, હા વેરી ગુડ બેટા, સરસ કર્યું. So start doing this on every Valentine's Day, birthday, anniversary, any special occasions. Please make your investment file, your will, important, we'll speak sometime later about that, and tie it with a nice red ribbon or something, gift wrap it. Please gift it to your spouse first or the closest family member first. And that talk will solve all the generation gaps in your house. I hope I could do justice in that little short 50-55 minutes that I had with me. Do something about it and just let us know that what you did will make us very, very happy if you do that. Thank you so much. All the very, very best. And let the Lakshmi Gyan flow all over the world. Thank you.
Any question?
Fundamentally, as I try to understand, what is important is, right from the childhood, somehow there is a lack of communication in last.
Yes.
Consciously or unconsciously, something like that. And basically, there is an impact towards the consumerism. So, what is important is people do not realize what was your family structure and what family structure you have gone for. So obviously there are bound to be plus and minus in this. So because of lack of communication, there is no transparency.
Correct.
And there is a lack of awareness, lack of emotional attachment. કરી લઈશું ચાલો ને આપણા બે મિત્રો છે ને ફોન કરી દઈશું એટલે પૈસા આપી દેશું. Because somewhere I am attached with all these things.
Yes.
That's why I understand. But what I personally feel in next couple of decades, what you are saying is if we do not follow, there is bound to be disaster in social and economic challenges in life. And ultimately, we will blame the advisor.
Absolutely.
And lastly, what I understand, there is also a great shortage of right, balanced, and mature financial advice. I am telling you, I have taken a couple of lectures across India on behalf of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs on investor awareness.
Very nice.
What you have said the same. I thought they covered it. But ultimately, my self-awareness નથી બતાવે.
Exactly.
issue આ છે. મને તો આવડે છે. આને બધી આને each and every day there are drastic changes in the financial world.
Correct.
કે ભાઈ ફેડ 1% વધારશે નેક્સ્ટ મહિનામાં તો શું થશે? If we do not take care, હાહાકાર થઈ જશે. This is fact.
Correct.
Last 2 months already 0.9 to 1% વધી ગયો છે. And next within 3 months another 1%.
Correct.
Entire family's financial budget is going to be haywire.
Yes.
But thank you. So thank you very much. It was really a enlightenment. And anyway, thank you very much for inviting.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you once again, madam, for a very important note in a very lighter way and with the humorous. Because honestly speaking, in this house, as well as those who are joined online, thanks to Zoom, that I can see from my end that more than 72 people are connected with the Zoom and other angle. We are the generation, we can say, which is the sandwich generation, because continuously we are hearing from our elder, તારા કરતા દિવાળી વધારે જોઈ છે, and from younger, તમારા કરતા વધારે ફટાકડા ફોડી રહ્યા છીએ. Now to transfer the knowledge about the gold mines from the elder to the locker key to the younger, it's always difficult task. But yes, that documents will definitely help us because it's very surprise and also shocking for me that being a part of this management activity at the night 10:30, as I told you, when corona is detected, I came to know first time that my son is studied in the Madras, so I am in the Baroda. Who will take care? I have all the contact in Baroda, but everything in my mobile. My wife don't know. If she maybe know 2 to 3 contact. Second thing about the medical health documents. Second thing about the emergency money. And one thing is very important that I am looking for the alternate part, and there is the signature. At many places we require the signature. Not only to unlock the mobile pattern we should know, but the signature is also required. So add the wife name in each and every bank account is also important. Somewhere password for the ATM card is more important because bank is closed at 4 o'clock. What I will do in the emergency? As Vimal Bhai said, ultimately I will depend upon I should depend on others. So believe me, before organize this talk, before I came to know about this topic, and thanks to our past president, Mr. Chirag Bakshi, who has suggested your name. Vimal Bhai, જેમ તમે કહો છો, આટલું બધું seriousness આ topic ની 4-5 document ની હશે જીવનમાં, we don't know. So definitely thanks a lot. And just in a 2 days journey in the Baroda, you address the Baroda Management Association. Baroda Management Association always open for you, the person like you, who wish to share the knowledge in the absolutely ground way. So thanks a lot. Can you just help me? So my humble request to our senior member and veteran member of the Friday evening talk, Bimal Bhai, please come forward. You are the person in the worthy end of you. May I request to hand over the moment to the speaker. Thank you. Frankly, madam, I as a president, this is my first Friday evening talk. Start my journey from this hall as a Friday evening talk normal member, and after 12 years, I got opportunity to become as a president. But again, very important day for the BMA because this is the second Friday evening talk after 2 years of Corona. Honestly speaking, this is the hall known for the crowd pulling in the Baroda. You can just see the effect of the Corona that 70 to 80 people are there. Actually, hall is a different front side hall is there for Friday evening talk. Since last week, we have started in person as well as in the hybrid mode. So live telecast already going on the Zoom. Then within 2 days, we will again live stream on our YouTube channel. So my humble request to please subscribe our YouTube channel, BMS Studio. There are already 96 videos are there relevant to different topics. So you may will get the idea regarding many subjects. So thanks a lot, sir, once again. Thank you. Thank you, all of you. Good night.